Guys, Thursday. Just one day left. Another one will be in the can, and we'll all be one day closer to death. You know, I made that comment to a guy once. He's just like looking at his watch, and I'm my apprentice, and he's just like looking at his watch. And I go, "What are you looking at?" He goes, "Oh, I just can't wait for the day to be over." Why? What if you had 48 hours to live? Would you really want 8 hours just to pass like that? It's just my bit. I'm just giving you something to think about. But what are we here to talk about? Well, yesterday I got this bottle from Revolution Brewing, Rise American Stout. According to them, they've had a World Beer Cup Golden Award. This is out of Chicago, so, you know, I don't have high hopes, but I definitely like the bottle. Stick it to the man. Sticking it to the man. Brewed in Chicago. 7.5%, and it's in a big bottle, so if we like it, who's we? Me. I got a lot of it, and if it's not so good, I've got a lot of it, and there's nothing on the cap. And I don't know. I'm gonna go with the big badass opener. Oh, it almost looks like the cap is glued on there. Think of that guy in the bottling line. Okay, here we go. Well, it is definitely dark. We cannot argue on that. Unlike that one from Johnny, there's no floaties. And as we're standing here, it is giving us some decent head. Wow, for a stout, has a lot of citrus zest to it. Matter of fact, you notice that, and you almost have to go hunting for the roasted malts in there. Was it Smile Money? So you made the comment. It's like, do you do this shit when you go to a restaurant, order some food, you stick your nose in your hamburger and go, yeah, I can smell the fresh onion and the fresh green pepper and the... Okay, point taken. But these brew reviews would be like, how long? I mean, watch some reviews. Good God, I'm not going to mention any names because everybody's got their own style. But it's like, you know, Paul wants to always give me shit for how long it took before the brew even shows up in the brew review. Well, you know, I'm sorry, Paul, but you know what? This channel, I was just looking to have some fun and something with a little less stress, and we figured you were going to deal with alcohol. And then of course you throw the politics in there, but it's supposed to be like just like a fun place to come and hang out. You know, we'll have a beer and maybe even talk about it. Because it took 7 minutes and 20 seconds just to get to it, I don't give a shit, Paul. Love you though, Paul. Be cool if you could come to the shoot. So, where were we? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a very, very citrusy, it's got, I mean, it's a good smell. Okay, well, cheers. Oh yeah, that's right, I was complaining about watching some brew reviews, and it's just like, you know, it's like 5 minutes in, we haven't even tasted it. Okay, on my left nose, I get kind of a citrus. On my right nose side, I'm getting kind of a... Just kidding. And you do. First thing you get is a citrus like charge to it. right to the point where you're almost getting a little bit of the pine or grapefruit kind of thing going. And then there's it's smooth, but yeah, it's not really a dry or bitter, just kind of a wash for a minute of not much happening. And then those flavors start coming on. I'm noticing the chocolate first. Do you describe your food by smell? You know, man, hopefully not too long off, get the opportunity to meet you and shake your hand. But you know, I always like, that's why I like keeping this channel going. It's like, of course, there's alcohol involved, so what's there not to like about it? But just dealing with, and I've had so much stuff going on again. Whatever, I do care, but it is what it is. Get a chance to rifle through and look at all the comments and know that I see them all, except for Chuck's. I just see that one and just, you know, delete. Read them all. Just don't always get the opportunity to respond back. But see, obviously I saw your comment describing the food by the individual smells. At least I can eat my food. Good friend of mine obviously has some deep-rooted psychological problems, but you start with French fries until they're all gone, and then if there's like a vegetable or something, until they're all gone, and then we move on to the hamburger. And I was just like looking at him like some of the first couple times I was like, did I just see what I saw? And then I finally asked him, it's like, what's the deal? He goes, well, you're the one that screws up eating. You mix everything. I enjoy all of this. I mean, literally, we'll eat all of one thing before moving on to the next, and all of that before moving on to the next. There isn't like we have fries for 5 minutes and then a couple bites of a hamburger and then go back to the fries. No, it's all the fries, and then all this, and then all that. He tells me I'm the one that does it wrong. Now that's a problem. It's an issue right there. Yeah, that's weird. It stays very divided for a long time, like a sweet citrus, and then a moment where they're making phone calls, and they're getting that sweet citrus group out. They got the curtain down, and the curtain comes up, and it's the chocolate and roasted malts and a very, very light coffee. Food reviews. I mean, people are gonna probably tell you what they notice in it. Maybe. Yeah, this is I'd have to say, for styles, this would be one of the most unique for having the citrus as almost as dominant as the roasted malts and the coffee and the chocolate, and how there's almost like that, no pun intended, but like that wash right in the middle that like divides off those two different characteristics. Has it's not a light mouth feel, but it's not medium. You know, it's like just a little bit of, I mean, you can kind of get the chocolate milk thing kind of going there. You know, the alcohol probably helps with that effect. 7.5%. I'm not even really noticing it. Again, this is another one where if it was on the bottle, I'd probably be pretty wrong on here. you know, these, you know, you just start to get used to what certain things usually are. Yeah, usually it's an extreme on the high alcohol side, and usually not on the light. Most of the craft people aren't gonna like go out of their way to make something like this that's you know, 3.5 or 4%. I do like that. Is it like over the top? Wow. No. Would I get it again? Probably. Again, it all falls under the, you know, how much is it? You know, if it's, for instance, if it's sitting on the shelf and it's the same price as the double black from Bent Paddle, hell no. But if it's on the shelf with something else that I've had maybe before, might go for this one again. I do like that that citrus edge at the beginning, and then a complete like turnaround and something else like Transformer beer. Where do I put it on the E-scale? Well, I think if you're a fan of both of the styles, I would definitely be interested in knowing what, if you've had Rise, American Stout from Revolution Brewing. I'd like to know what other people thought of it. You know, do I think, you know, if I was a judge, am I world class? Is it really getting the skirt puffed up? No, it's really good, but it's almost like its uniqueness is almost working against it for me, because you know, when I want an IPA, I want an IPA, and when I want like some kind of a stout or a porter or something like that, that's really got that, you know, all those deep roasted, you know, so it just kind of falls under the, you know, unique. So having said that, on the E scale, I would give this a 9, and I would say if you see it, give her a try. I'd be interested to know what other guys think of it. So, and I thank you, Steve, Meal Team 66. There's enough of it. We'll let it warm up a little bit. See if it changes in characteristics. And oh, you can tell me what you think. I showed you the mystery build yesterday with the CTR stock on it from Magpul. Here is the new tact light from ATI with the smallest cheek riser on here. Don't know in what order these are going to be going up. I did do a review on these for the ebomey channel. GunGod556 posed the question, can you charge the weapon with the cheek riser? And the answer to that is no, 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 yes. So if you need a cheek riser, I guess there's a compromise. I mean, if you are a fully extended stock person, that's not going to be a problem. It's still, it's not going to lock back because there's, you know, there's not a mag in it or anything like that. Maybe it is a problem. Guess there's one way to prove that one way or the other for you, Gun God. I'll take it off of there. Personally speaking, I picked up this CTR for this build, for the person that's getting it. I think I'm probably going to be leaving it on there anyway. Oh, either way, of course, it doesn't have the mag. Oh, I know what it's doing. It's another one where the I don't know. I don't know. I guess the total answer isn't in, but yeah. Bottom line is, unless you need the cheek riser, if you like the style, I mean, you don't have to have the cheek riser on here. I mean, I didn't talk about this yesterday, but you can buy this. It's $20 cheaper at $50 for this without the cheek riser. And without the cheek riser, those little plugs that are holding it in, you just pop all that out, and it's just more skeletonized right there. It doesn't look like it's missing something. They were able to put that on there without it looking like you have an add-on point. So if you like that style and like that design, I would say that it's obviously, of course, this is the CTR. Now it's got the lock. That's doing the same thing without having a lock. And, for less money, we're about the same money. I think it's less money than the MOE. You're going to get the, see, it's turned from a brew review into a parts review. It comes automatically with the two quick detachment, two mounts, left or right, and the MOE doesn't. The CTR does. And on the scale, this weighs the same as with the riser. This weighs the same as the MOE. So, Gun God, I hope that answers your question. If you manage to stay this long. So, yeah. Okay, guys, what should we look at tomorrow? Thanks for asking. Okay, that was from Steve. Before that was something from Ed. We've got Johnny. Tomorrow's a Friday. You know what? I'm just gonna go crazy tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna do a double tap, and we're gonna look at Mickler's Beer Geek breakfast and brunch, and I'm gonna do them both together. So get a kind of a on the spot comparison. We got an oatmeal stout brewed with coffee and an imperial oatmeal stout brewed with coffee. So, and then as far as percentage goes, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out in a second here. My guess is breakfast is going to be lighter than brunch. Breakfast is 7.5% and brunch is 10.9, topping the scale to totally make JR10 Desert Gold happy as shit. So we're going to do both these tomorrow. Right down to the caps. It's like breakfast is just a silver, but you got brunch coming in at a gold. Okay, so that's tomorrow. If there is a tomorrow. And I'm going to go finish the rest of this. I thank you, Steve. And if you are looking for a tactically cool looking stock, like I said, see, 49, it's like $70 for this as it is, and this comes with the high riser too. And if you think you have no reason, whatever, just keep falling. You can't fall anymore. If you think for some reason you don't need the riser at all, which I'm honestly thinking about 90 or more % of you probably have no reason for the riser other than it adds kind of a cool little look to it, but then you are going to have issues with the charging handle unless it's in the all the way back position. Go from 70 down to 50 by eliminating the riser stuff. Otherwise you're getting the same stock. Commercial or mil-spec. Okay, thank you for the beer/tactical stuff review. Cheers, guys. Again, thank you for all of the funny comments, and thanks again for the help on this. This is. I really wish this time around I could actually get the person that's getting this to to come here under some false pretense of doing a brew review so he could cry like a little bitch like Evil Neil did, but I don't think that's going to happen because if he was in better financial shape, well, he's just too far away and financially not going to happen. So, okay guys, cheers, see you tomorrow, do a double tap with the Nickler.